Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we return to Voice of Baceprot, the Indonesian trio of young women that play amazing heavy metal. I mean, they rock it out. It's really pretty incredible. We love the sound that they have. We have checked out a few things from them in the past and enjoyed them all. Today we're looking at a Slipknot cover that they did called Before I Forget. This is actually one of the biggest songs in the Slipknot catalog, I believe. It won a 2006 Grammy for Best Heavy Metal Performance, and it has something like 300 million views on YouTube, the Slipknot version. So it's a well-known song, I guess, across the world. When you get numbers like that, you're pretty much a global hit. Looking forward to this. This actually took place, or at least came out, in July of 2021, the Voice of Baceprot version. It's part of a live session. Adrian, do you have any thoughts ahead before we look at this?
Well, I did watch the official music video by Slipknot for this song, so I've got a little bit of background on there.
It's quite a track, actually. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Maybe someday we'll actually put Slipknot on the channel, assuming we can, copyright-wise, but might be a good idea. All right, well, why don't we check this out, and we'll talk about it afterwards.
All righty.
So was I, started
Oh, I enjoyed that one. That was great.
Yeah, yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, and to me though, it sounds very different from the original. But they play this in their own way and sing it in their own style, which tells me they chose to put their own stamp on it.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, because it does sound a little bit different. I mean, it does pretty well
The guitars
follow.
in the original are like an octave lower, I think.
Oh, yeah, that could be. Yeah, that could be. That's true. Yeah, well, she plays that Gibson SG. She really likes that guitar. I think, if I remember correctly, the reason she favors SGs is because they tend to be a little bit easier to hold than a lot of other guitars. You know, the guitar bodies tend to be bigger. Gibson SGs are kind of compact and, you know, kind of no fuss, no muss sort of thing. So I don't necessarily see her playing something like a baritone guitar, you know, where it, because it might be a little bit bigger, but maybe that's the reason. I don't know. They made some decisions there that suited them. They actually have a little bit of blurb here about why they chose this cover. You want me to read it for a sec?
Sure.
It says, when we first knew about Slipknot, we were instantly drawn and intrigued by their masks. Yeah, that's one of the things about Slipknot. They wear masks. At the time, we were wondering how someone could continue to make music to the point of being so popular, yet still consistently hide their faces while others use theirs as a commodity. In the end, we decided to cover some of the songs that they tend to play at their shows. We then realized that they instead focused on their musical capabilities. Their heavy thumping yet easy listening music is probably just one of the many reasons why they are so beloved by many metalheads across the globe. They have inspired us to dream that if we could one day be as big as them, we want to keep pushing forward by placing musicality above all else, without having to flog our appearance, but also not abandoning our identity. You know, that sounds about right for this band.
Yeah, yeah, that's quite something.
Yeah, I mean, consider they wear hijabs, you know, and which is a little different. I mean, it's not different for their culture, but it's a little bit different for, well, the culture that Slipknot came from, for example. You know, and that is true. I mean, they do hide their faces, or at least at that point. I guess they still are. I'm not sure. I am not that up on Slipknot as a band. I don't follow them regularly. But I do recall that was part of their persona. Yeah, I enjoyed listening to them play it. You know, they were completely into it. It sounded great. Really, you know, it's like packed a punch. You know?
Yeah. And just, you know, again, they put their own stamp on it. Marcia especially has a distinct, rather exclamatory vocal lick that she seems to use pretty frequently. You know, it's, you know, that kind of tone.
Yeah, she does try different things, too, I've noticed. She doesn't necessarily stick with exactly, you know, they don't make carbon copies of any of the songs that they cover, and they kind of inject their own persona into them as well. So I think she was kind of doing that. City is the drummer, and then Whitty is the bass player. They all absolutely dominated on that track. I mean, they did well representing the track and also representing themselves, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, do you want to talk about the graphic that's behind them or on the video? They have a graphic behind them, a clever logo with a pumping fist.
Is that what that was? Yeah.
Like the fist went up and down.
That's great.
In the middle of the logo.
All right, folks. Well, why don't you let us know what you thought of this song? If you've heard it before, if you're familiar with the Slipknot version, if you've ever seen Voice of Baceprot actually play it, any of those things we'd be interested in hearing about. And let us know what you thought of this, too. And if you have other suggestions for us, you can leave those below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much for joining us today. Catch you on the next one. Take care, folks.
See you all later.